The sky wasn't supposed to fall that day. It was just another morning in the village, quiet, sunlit, and ordinary. The birds still sang in the orchard behind the schoolhouse. The baker's chimney puffed white, sweet smoke. And somewhere in the fields, a dog barked, as if trying to chase the breeze. But something felt different to me, even before the first siren wailed. I was 10. My little sister Lila was 7. We lived in a small stone house on the edge of the village with our parents. Mama had braided Lila's hair into 2 tight ropes that morning, and Papa was fixing the old wooden shutter that always rattled in the wind. Lila was playing with her rag doll under the kitchen table. I remember she asked if we could pick berries later. But we never did. The first rumble was distant, like thunder with a cough. Papa froze with his screwdriver still in hand. His eyes shot to the sky. "Mina," he said, calling for Mama, "get the children." That's when the siren screamed. Not the kind that came from a police car or fire truck. This one was low and long and terrifying. It rose up into the sky like a howl from something ancient and angry. The whole village stopped breathing. And the screaming started, not the siren this time, but people. Mama grabbed Lila and pulled her into the pantry. She looked at me, panic in her eyes. "Under the table," she barked. I dropped to my knees and slid in next to Lila. Outside, the roar grew louder. Engines, boots yelling in a language I didn't understand. We heard the first crack of a gunshot. We were just kids. We didn't know what war really was. But in that moment, everything changed. Someone kicked the door in. Heavy boots stomped through the house. My heart thudded so loudly I was sure they could hear it. Mama was shouting, pleading in our language. Then a loud slap, and silence. A voice snarled, something guttural and sharp. Hands reached under the table and yanked us out. I tried to hold Lila's hand, but they tore us apart. A man in a dark green coat, face hidden behind a mask, shouted something at another soldier. We were dragged outside. The village was on fire. People were screaming, some running, others on their knees. I saw Mr. Havar, the old grocer, face down in the dirt. Smoke choked the air. The sky was filled with black wings planes. Birds I didn't know. They lined us up, children, mothers, old men. Our father was gone. So was Mama. Lila clung to my side. "Where's Mama?" I didn't know what to say. My voice caught in my throat. I was supposed to protect her, but I couldn't even protect myself. A soldier barked orders. We were shoved into trucks' filthy metal cages on wheels. The floor was slick with mud. The smell of oil and sweat filled the air. Someone cried out for their mother. Another threw up. Lila didn't say a word after that. She just stared at the floor, holding her doll like a lifeline. As the truck roared to life and bounced along the broken roads, I looked out through the slats in the metal and saw the last of our home chimney still standing, crooked and alone. The sky wasn't blue anymore. It was smoke and ash. That was the day the sky fell. The ride seemed to last forever. Every bump jolted us from the metal floor. Every turn knocked us into each other like broken toys. The truck was full of children, maybe 20 of us crammed together like livestock. No one talked. Some cried silently. Others just stared. Lila hadn't let go of my sleeve since we were pulled from the house. Her doll was still pressed tightly to her chest, its button I scratched, its dress torn. I wrapped an arm around her and tried to shield her from the shaking truck walls, but I was shaking too. It was cold, even though it was still spring. The kind of cold that creeps into your skin and sinks deep. We hadn't eaten, hadn't drunk water since morning, and none of us knew where we were going. Time stopped meaning anything. It could have been hours. Days. The world outside was a blurt. Fields, burned buildings, soldiers shouting, fires crackling in distant hills. Eventually, the truck came to a hard stop. The door slammed open, blinding us with light. Rough voices shouted. One of the older boys tried to climb out, but a soldier struck him with the butt of his rifle. He crumpled. The rest of us scrambled out, terrified. And that's when we saw it. A tall iron fence stretched out in every direction, barbed wire, coiled like snakes along the top. Guard towers rose like vultures at each corner, guns poking out like black eyes. The gates groaned open, and a cold wind swept through the camp like a warning. "Work Camp K-37, someone whispered.